What's the stupidest thing you've heard a person say aloud in public? Pigs don't have blood. My coworker trying to explain his belief that pigs don't have a heart, blood, or veins, which is why they're white meat. Wait, so then beef is red meat because it's full of blood? And chickens don't have blood either? What about dark meat? Do chickens have blood in their legs? These are important questions that your coworker needs to address for us. Dark meat is animals from the shadow realm. Phones don't run on electricity, they run on batteries. Said in that condescending this is so obvious voice. I don't even understand why we need cows when we can just get milk from the supermarket. When I was a kid and my mom would say we didn't have the money for something, I would tell her to just go to the bank and get some. Seems so obvious to 5-year-old me. You were 5. You're excused. I've probably heard worse at some point, but I remember sitting in a Starbucks on campus and this girl was telling this guy about her trip to Italy, and at one point the guy goes, "So where do you want to go next?" And she says, "I've never been to Europe before, so hopefully that." Lol. Hope she had a chance to visit Paris, the capital of Europe. A bit late to the party, but I heard a woman explain to another woman how planes don't actually fly from America to Europe, they just hang in the sky motionless while the Earth moves below them, until Europe appears and then they land. Edit, wow, this blew up. Also thanks for the silver and gold. Imagine a debate between this woman and a flat earther. I just imagined it. It was troubling. Edit, thanks for silver, kind stranger. Since when has anyone died from getting stabbed? Breastfeeding is unnatural. Girl in my year 11 health class. It is if your breasts aren't hungry. That's when you gotta make little airplane noises and fly the spoon into them. Edit, gracias. Coworker at my old job while we were setting up for Black Friday. It's pretty crazy that Black Friday actually falls on a Friday this year. Tell them that Halloween falls on a Friday 13th this year, tongue. On the bus full of high school students, she's half Asian, half Chinese. And? Don't leave us hanging, what about the other half? Half human. And what about the third half? Half student. I heard 2 girls talking about baking when one said she wanted to try baking a bread at home but she didn't know how to make the crust of the bread. She also said she was thinking about baking the crust only because she liked it more than the rest of the bread. She truly thought that the crust was made separately. There is a Japanese bread in which the crust is made separate, from a different dough, but that probably wasn't the case, tongue. Chickens are not animals, they shit eggs, said a friend who was trying to explain how she can eat poultry and be vegan at the same time. Edit, for the people who want to give her the benefit of the doubt, this woman is 24 years old today and I've known her for 10 years. We went to high school together. I once had to convince this woman that she is in fact 22, not 21. She thought she was 21 and it took me and a team of 4 other people and her to prove to her mathematically that she is 22 years of age. But did she eat eggs? Vegan police inbound to confiscate her superpowers. Gelato's not vegan. Milk and eggs, bitch. I was in line at a KFC when the guy in front of me asked, "How many pieces of chicken are in a 15-piece bucket?" 13.5. Edit, thanks for the silver, kind stranger. Yeah, it's a legit question. I'm vegan but I still eat chicken and turkey. So can I get the Cuban, a sandwich with pulled pork and ham, made with turkey instead of the ham? Me, sure, so do you want me to take the pulled pork off? Or make it with double turkey? No, leave that on. Me, visible confusion, okay? He comes back later with his lady all mad saying he wants a new sandwich because he didn't know pulled pork was from pig and he doesn't eat pig because he's vegan. I also forgot to mention the sandwich comes with cheese. He didn't complain about that part. It honestly breaks my brain that people can become vegan without actually knowing what foods are made from animals. Not even obscure things like gelatin or hidden dairy content, but meat. A lot of people think being vegetarian means you eat fish and chicken, which is ridiculous, obviously. Edit, a lot of y'all are confused but a good chunk of you got it. For those of you who don't, here goes: pescatarian, omnivore who eats fish, dairy, eggs; vegetarian, omnivore who eats dairy and eggs; vegan, herbivore who consumes no animal product or byproduct. This often extends past food consumption. Most vegans seek to purchase exclusively vegan items when purchasing clothes, shoes, shampoos, makeup, etc. The majority of vegans that I know try their best to be aware and minimize their carbon footprint as much as possible too. If you eat chicken but abstain from all other animal products, I guess you could call yourself pollo vegetarian or something similar. I don't understand that one at all. I know several vegans who eat chicken. I'm like, but, it's an animal. Chickens are animals. Isn't the whole point to not eat animals? When I worked in Congress, I frequently gave tours of the Capitol. As I was wrapping up the tour, one of the constituents asked me to explain the difference between the Capitol and the White House. Okay, sure, not everyone is knowledgeable about American government. I gave them a quick explanation and figured it would be sufficient. Nope, I was clearly mistaken. I then proceeded to listen to this person loudly proclaim that I was incorrect and that the White House is the same thing as the Capitol, bruh. I got 400 days absence in a year but still passed high school. Friend dropped this when we were measuring dicks on how we got away with things. Edit. We were in the metro and some white collars around us woke up from their autopilot mode and noticeably laughed. Edit 2, he made it clear it was days, not hours. This sounds like an updated version of the Four Yorkshiremen sketch. Luxury. We used to dream of living in a corridor. During World War II history class, a girl actually thought the front line was a piece of rope held by the troops. What a deadly game of tug-of-war. Does myself count? I was shopping with my spouse after our child was born. We were in the baby aisle. She picked up a bottle of baby oil, which prompted me to ask aloud, wait, baby oil is actually for babies? A woman who had been walking into the aisle laughed audibly and immediately walked away. Gotta flush the system and replace the fluids every 3 to 5 months. Newer models don't need as much maintenance. What's a good viscosity for higher mileage babies? Does an egg get boiled before or after it comes out of the chicken? There is a starlet in my country who's famous, I don't know, for being famous I guess. Here are some of best-offs, translated, I would bulldoze down Church of Street Dana, built in 9th century, and build an older one. Greetings to my parents, especially mom and dad. I'd love to have more self-confidence in other people. I'm always included in mobbing. I have 5 mobile phones. She never ceases to amaze. For all those asking for a name, a Redditor in the comments below mentions it. I'd love to have more self-confidence in other people. I don't care about logic, I agree. Shortly after 9/11 my wife and I were in the UK. On the way home, the customs officer at the airport was dead serious. Officer, are you a US citizen? Wife, yes. Officer, it says here you were born in New Mexico. So when did you become a US citizen? Wife, at birth. New Mexico is in the US. Officer, no it isn't. It's in Mexico. That's why it has Mexico in the name. Just like New York is in York, which is in the UK. Yo. Harry Potter isn't a book. It's a movie. Isn't that a video game? Ivory comes from elephants, ebony comes from rhinoceroses. Me, ebony is a type of wood. God, you're a dumbass. Me, edit, just so there is no confusion, not my so. You're both wrong. They both come from pianos. Whilst on Thailand I had someone say I don't like it, there are just too many Asians here. Did they exclaim it loudly in a crowded room? In retaliation for 9/11 we should bomb the Taj Mahal. Birds are mammals, right? No, they're birds, I know, but they're still mammals, right? I heard some people debating whether birds were mammals or primates. Ada, wow, thanks for the gold. Depends if it's plucked or not. Behold, a mammal. Featherless biped intensifies.